Hello and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. It is Thursday evening at 7:30, and this is Connie's Craft Along. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope you had an awesome day. It was another lovely day here where I am anyway. We've had some really nice weather this week, which is nice. I'm not ready for cold fall, snuggle into sweaters day and everything. I'm not there yet. So I like when it's sunny and warm. So if you are here, please say hello. Let me know that you are joining me. And I am just trying to get this other device here to update, and there we go. I see it. It's coming now. So hopefully you saw one of my posts earlier today. Saw that there's some paper to be cut and some crafting to be done. And if you didn't, or if you didn't get your paper cut, no worries. You can cut now if you wish, or you can just sit and watch and chit chat and enjoy watching some crafting. And you can craft later. Maybe this will inspire you to create a project. It's not a difficult card by any stretch. It's just a little bit of a different fold, and I thought it was kind of neat. I sort of adapted it from one of the swaps that I got at Backstage, so it's kind of my take on a swap card that I got. So what do I have to share? I always look over to my calendar to see what's on. I don't have all my stuff on the calendar. I don't know why I look over there. It's habit. Oh, what do I have to share with you? So probably the two big things, two events that I have coming up in November. There is my weekend retreat, my girls getaway weekend. Haven't done one of those since 2019, so that's super exciting. It's a weekend of crafting and fun and hanging out and doing whatever you want, whenever you want. You can, sleep at, you can have naps or whatever. Some awesome, yummy food, some great friends, fun crafting. Need I say more? No dishes, no dishes, no kids, no husband. Yeah, that kind of works, doesn't it? Hello, Lorna. Welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight. Anyway, that is coming up November 18th to 20th. There are only 2 spots left for that retreat weekend. So if you have not registered and it's something that you were thinking about doing, you best make that final decision now and let me know that you do want to join me, because there's not a lot of space left, and when it's sold out, that'll be it. Everybody gets a 6-foot table, so we can only get so many tables into the room. It's a big room, but there is a limit. And then the other thing that I have booked November 5th, it's a Saturday. And again, I have not done one of these in 3 years. I'm going to do a Stamp-A-Stack. So 16 cards for each of 4 different designs. And so you'll walk away with a stack of 16 Christmas cards, and you can always, use the layouts or the patterns or whatever to create more, or certainly it'll be a good start. I know some people don't send a whole lot of Christmas cards, so maybe 16 is all you need, and you will be all set after that day. And again, lots of fun crafting, lots of friendship and chit chat, and an opportunity to craft and be together in person, which we haven't done for 3 years. And that one is in Unionville. If you have been to my Stamp-A-Stacks in the past, I used to hold them at Bethesda Lutheran Church in Unionville, and that's where we will be again this year. So that is Saturday, November the 5th, and it runs from 1 to 5 p.m. So those are 2 in-person events that I have coming up, and I'm very excited. It's so nice to be starting to craft with others again. It's Zoom is awesome, and Facebook is awesome. I love both of those places for crafting and sharing and being together, but in person is extra special. So let's get to some crafting. Oops, I need to go over here and I am just going to flip this down to this. Oh, that's a little bit low, isn't it? Okay, there we go. So for the card tonight, you will need, where's my card base? Oh, boy. Oh, I think this showed. I think this had just moved when I was carrying stuff over. So you will need a card base that is 5.5 by 4.25. It's not actually a folded card base. It's just the bottom layer that everything will sit on. So I called it a card base, but it's it's not your standard card base. The next piece becomes the folded piece, and that is a piece of cardstock that is 10.5 by 4, scored at 5.25. And so that will make the folded bit. I'll just go ahead and fold it right now, and then everybody will see that. And no, there's my folder. Here we go. So that obviously will go like that, and there will be your entire card base. Okay, a piece of designer series paper that is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. A piece of cardstock that is 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then a piece of basic white or very vanilla, depending on the color of your designer series paper. 2.5 by 3, obviously to fit in there. And then a strip of some width and length for your sentiment. This is longer than my sentiment will be. I just grabbed a strip, and I don't even know for sure what sentiment I'm going to put in there, but I guess I have to make it fit in there now, don't I? And then, of course, the usual stamps, ink, adhesive, your bone folder, and any embellishments that you want. So let's get started. This is, it isn't a difficult card. It's my biggest challenge tonight is going to be trying to decide what stamps and ink and things to use. I sort of was gathering things and I was kind of thinking, but I hadn't really put it all together. I hadn't finalized anything. And then my brother called and we were on the phone until like 20 after 7. It's like, I have to go. I'm going live in like less than 10 minutes, but I must go. And we haven't yacked for a while. So we got into some gabbing and stuff. But anyway, okay. So if you have not folded your second layer of card base, you should go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to adhere my designer series paper to this layer. Now, this is a very narrow border, okay? So, as you are well aware, probably, good idea to use liquid glue so that you have a moment to just kind of shift it a little bit if you need to as you put it down onto the. It's just a little tricky as well because I'm mint macaron paper on mint macaron cardstock, and so a little bit hard to see in some areas, but that's okay. And then while we were here, we can just go ahead and adhere that to our card base. Thanksgiving weekend for anyone that is in Canada. Hopefully everybody's got some sort of plans to celebrate with family or friends and give thanks for all the beauty that's around us and everything that we've been given through the summer. With it, you know, originally it was for the crops and the harvest and everything, and now, not that I'm not thankful for the crops and the harvest. Bought some squash today, but it's so much more than that. It's so many things, and I think some of that has to do with being mature, perhaps. So, alrighty. So for my image here, I was thinking that I would stamp a Christmas tree because my papers have some Christmas trees. So I've pulled out this tree from a stamp set that of course is now somewhere. Christmas lights. So this is this, and I thought about using just this little one and doing a few of it because that I could do it in, this is shaded spruce, I think, and then do everything. Oh, I could kind of do it like that, and then I decided maybe not. So what I am going to do is get my shaded spruce ink, and I'm going to I just want to ink this part of the tree. I'm going to try to avoid the star on the top because I want to put a different color ink. So just being a little bit unconventional in how I ink my stamp here. Holding it in my hand, making a bit of a mess. I should set it down because, of course, when you hold it, it is so easy to wobble, and that's one of the risks. But I think we're okay. I'm just going to bring in some paper towel and wipe some of this off the edge here so that I don't get that onto my cardstock. And if I do, I'll flip it over, and if I do it twice, I'll start all together fresh. But hopefully not, because I didn't put any extra white paper. Okay. And then I have crushed curry here. And while I could try and do this, I've also just grabbed a sponge and I'm going to sponge, hopefully. I was looking for a daughter and I didn't have a crushed curry sponge daughter, so I just grabbed this sponge. I'm thinking it looks fine. Hopefully it's inked. We're going to see in a moment, aren't we? So just going to huff on that a little bit because I've been messing around with it. And then I am going to put that right about there. And we will see, we'll see what we get. Oh, look, it worked. It worked lovely. Okay. So my tree is a little bit short, perhaps. I was hoping it would be just a little bit longer, but I think it will work. It tapers a little bit, not a whole lot. Just a quick wash. Just coming off the edge here. I have to really lean in. You'll pick up. If you pick up the ink pad to ink it, I guess you have to pick up the chamois to clean it. That's how it goes. Anyway. I put this on a block that wasn't quite large enough, knowing that I wasn't going to need the bottom anyway, because I'm not sure where my large block is. I just used it the other night, and I don't see it sitting on the table. It's out there somewhere. Now, there is also these little tiny snowflakey guys. And I was thinking of some of those. Just for fun. So I'm thinking mint macaron, which I don't think I got out. I have a number of other colors here, but it's not that one. Or maybe I do. Gosh, maybe I'm not using mint macaron if I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Too many stacks of ink. Here we go. Mint macaron. We'll just add some little snowflakes around the edge. Hopefully that doesn't look like the tree overflow. Probably should have been a different color, but we're going to go with that. That's what it is now. It will probably be okay once it's all put together. Maybe that's a little bit hard to see. I'll hold that up for you so you can. It is two different colors. Just they look almost similar there. So anyway, I am going to adhere this to the shaded spruce cardstock. This paper is from the, I think it's called Santa Express pack. Yeah. When I did the paper share at the beginning of this catalog, I had one extra share. So I have all these 6 by 12 pieces of paper all stacked up. But because it wasn't being sent out, I didn't label everything. So now it's like, oh yeah, what was the name of that pack again? I know which one it's from. It's just I don't have the exact names of things. Okay, I should have my trimmer because I kind of messed that up a little bit. One moment, I'll be right back. I was watching the Blue Jays double header yesterday, and I don't have a TV in my craft studio, so I was working upstairs. So I'd taken a bunch of stuff upstairs. So of course I'm not completely organized now, getting everything back where it should be, but just take a little smidge off of that, and now it's even, and I don't need to stress about it. And then we need a sentiment. So I have Happy Holidays, and this is from the Brightest Glow stamp set. This is the must-have stamp set out of the mini catalog because it's all these wonderful sentiments. How awesome is that? Everybody needs this. This is one of those ones that you keep long term because it's just got wonderful sentiments and beautiful fonts. It's Merry Christmas. Isn't that beautiful and elegant? I like the season's greetings too. I'm going to use that on the card soon because I haven't used it enough yet. But for now, we are going to do Happy Holidays. I can get this centered and lined up and straight and all those good things. There we go. So I am heading up to the cottage for the long weekends. My daughter and her husband are coming. My son's girlfriend is working all weekend though, so they're not joining us. Unfortunately, I was sort of hoping everybody would be there because that's always very special, but sadly not this time. Anyway, hopefully soon. Okay, now we just need to finish putting this side together. So I am going to grab my paper snips and I'm just going to cut this on an angle. You can banner end this, you can leave it square, you can do it on an angle, whatever this is called. Anyway, whatever you wish. I like that, and it's super easy. I don't have to worry about risking messing up banner ends. So when I do it that way. Alrighty, dimensionals onto this piece of cardstock. Get him popped up. I'm also going to pop up my sentiment, but my sentiment is going to go partly onto my tree. So I'm going to put this over to this edge. There we go. And then because this is going to sit on here, I want a dimensional under this days end, but not under the happy. Under that might maybe have a something, shouldn't it? I don't have any extra shaded spruce here, so let's do this. Ink palette. Just need to grab my sponge over. Put my sponge daubers in here to take them to retreat. And now I can't decide whether I like them in here and I should leave them. Was that in the picture? I don't even know that was in the picture. They're in here and they stand up, but they touch the top of this. This is an old wood mount stamp case, and they touch the top. And then if they slide around and rub on each other, then my colors were mixing. So I had to put paper towel in, but it's not perfect. It's what I'm using right now. So let me know how you store your sponge daubers. Maybe if you have a wonderfully creative way that to store them that works really well for you, let me know. I'm in the market for a new system. I should look for some sort of an organizer tray. I think little sections. That's where I used to have my sponges, but I need more spaces than I have, and the compartments from the sponges are bigger than they need to be. So the daubers were always rolling around. So I need something smaller. I should look at a dollar store. When in doubt, check the dollar store. Don't they? They always have some great stuff there. Okay, so that will just give that a little bit of definition on there, so it'll show up a little bit better. Sorry, now that it's sitting on there, I think I want it a little bit thicker. So I'm just, if you want it thicker, you just, instead of being perpendicular to your paper, just lean it over a little bit and get more ink on it. And of course, the amount of ink won't be completely even. It's not a straight rigid line, and that's part of the beauty of it. But it's a little more, a little less, a little lighter, a little darker. All that sort of thing. Okay, and we need a dimension for the back of this guy. Make sure I have it in the color days. And then I'm just going to put a little dab of blue on this end. So here. But you don't want a dimensional on the happy end, because then it would be uneven, because there's already a dimensional on this piece. So just put that down. It's not straight because you've got liquid glue there. You can just kind of give him a little shift. There we go. Now, looking some gems. Oh, these are soft succulent, and this is mint macaron. So that's, I was thinking these would go well, but now that I look at it, I'm thinking not so much. So what else do we have in our bucket of goodies here? Could do red, but there's not a lot of red in this could do clear rhinestones. When in doubt, clear rhinestones, they always work, right? They work for everything. I could color too. I don't have my blends here, so we'll just go with these. Do. Stick that over there. Put this over here. I'd get these right more often. But anyway, there we go. Can you see that? There we go. And then when you open it, your back stays. I thought it was kind of a fun little fold. I made one earlier with the Santa Express paper again, but a different piece. So this is the ho ho ho, which I thought was really cute. And this is from Christmas season. So this was out last year, and it is in the annual catalog again. So I used the holly leaves and the inside holly, and then some of the berries. Like this one. And again, the same happy holidays. So that's that one. How are we doing for time? 8 o'clock. Oh, I have I cut more. Did you cut enough to make more than one? Nancy Cole. Hello, Nancy Cole. Welcome. I'm glad you could stop by. Don't know if you saw my post earlier or not. It had all the measurements for what we're doing. And I'm just about to start another one. So 5.5 by 4.25. 10 and a half, I think. We'll just double check. Yes. 10.5 by 4. Scored at 5.25. And then this is the back of this piece, right? So we used this one on the last part. I thought I'd do one with this because I couldn't decide. 4 cards. You cut for 4 cards. You're good, Lorna. Look at you. You've probably made all 4 of them already, because you're concentrating and crafting, and I'm gabbing and getting distracted, right? Oh, Nancy's on her second one too. Okay, fine. I'm on my second one now. So Nancy, you did really well at the fair. Congratulations. Nancy was at the Markham Fair last weekend and had entered, well, a number of canned and baked, I suspect, goodies, but also some paper crafts, some beautiful paper crafts that I saw in the making, in progress. So congratulations on all your ribbons and your recognition. So, saw pictures of Markham Fair from a few people on Facebook that brought back some good memories. I haven't been, well, I guess nobody's been to the fair for a few years. Not that I used to be anyway, but I have not been for a number of years because I don't think I've been since I left Markham. So it's been a little longer than just the COVID years for me. Okay, so now we need to figure out what we're going to put on here. Could do a candy cane, a red candy cane. What do we think? Add some red, add 2 candy canes. I could do a candy cane and a stamped off candy cane. I don't know. I'm just going to, I'll throw this on here. throw these onto a block and we'll see what we get. See how it looks. There we go. I need some red, don't I? There's no red in this paper, so I can use any red. What do I have here? Cherry cobbler. That looks pretty good. But here is real red. That's probably better. So. Oh, I put it down some else. That'll do. Should have been on a little more, shouldn't it? It'll be okay. They look a little odd when they cross, don't they? Should probably be masked or something. What do you think? Maybe one candy cane with some greenery or some little trees. Or let's see if I have some more paper here. Look, I have something. This was for the inside of a card. Why not have any? No whisper white. I shall return again. Okay, I better, I'm just going to close the ink for a moment. And I'll grab a piece of cardstock here. Trimmer. Now, trick test. What size was that? 2.5 by 3. 2 by 3. And we'll try this again. Christmas tree? One candy cane? This would probably work best if I had some die cuts. But I didn't really do any of that either. Okay, well, here goes. We're going to, I have cat fur in my ink pad. There. And maybe 2 candy canes kind of side by side. Up and off, maybe. I think I like it better. Better than the crisscross. Okay, I think I'll use that. Maybe something different. That onto our cardstock. This is mint macaron cardstock that I'm using here. Oh, and I guess I could see if what do we have in the candy canes? It's the most wonderful time of the year. That's very long. Oh, could probably make that work, couldn't we? Okay. And should be on mint macaron probably. what I didn't plan for that. Oh, and I used my longer piece. Ooh. Should have used the other piece. Should have swapped them because the other one I had to cut, and this one is just going to fit. Oh, but I have my whole bucket here. Let's see what we have here. That's longer. There we go. I'm going to cut this. Now there will be some extra hanging over. Oh, that's not going to be straight. Well, it might be straight, but it's not. Yes, it's a big mess because I wiggled and jiggled. Again. Hopefully this one's a little bit better. That one is most definitely better because the other one was a complete fail. So, okay. Oh, I know why I didn't have anything planned for that, because I had another thought here, hiding under here. So this is also from the Santa Express, and I was thinking that I could put that on, or fussy cut it, and put it onto here. I'll just have to make another card now because this one is kind of happening over here. There you go. Okay, well, you know. See, by the time I mess up all these things and make it right, I'll have all my Christmas cards made. Well, I think I'm gonna put this over a little bit closer to the edge because it is a fairly long segment. Put a couple of dimensions. Just make sure I have a little bit of this. A little bit of glue. Ah, Judy, hello and welcome. Thank you. I'm glad you like the cards. It's Christmas time. Well, not really. Good grief. Somebody started posting how many days until Christmas? It's like, oh no, it's too soon. We haven't had Halloween. We haven't had Remembrance Day. We haven't even had Canadian Thanksgiving yet. Never mind American Thanksgiving. So let's not be counting down the days. Just don't need that yet. Even if it is the most wonderful time of the year. There we go. Could do these candy canes with your daubers in different colors of ink. That would probably work really well. But again, I have these, brilliant ideas after I've done something else. But look, now I can use these red rhinestones. They will be very pretty. There we go. There. Okay, look at that. We did it. Because, I just need to find my mouse in all this mess that I've made over to the edge here. I'm sure it's here somewhere. There we go. Okay, and put this back here. There we go. I am back. So there's your cards for tonight. it is it's an easy, fun fold, but kind of cute. I thought it was something just a little bit different, but nothing too taxing for a Thursday night. Anyway, I hope you like that, and I hope you. Well, I know at least some of you have been making cards, at least a few cards. So awesome! If you would like to post pictures of your cards on my Facebook page, I would love it. Love to see what everybody's created, and please feel free to share and inspire others. So I have a lot of crazy messages coming up on my laptop right now. I can't get them to go away. I think I need to shut it down and restart it, but I'm not going to do that right now, obviously. So that is it for this evening. Thank you all so much for stopping by and joining me. Hope you like the cards, and we will see you all again really soon. Take care, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadian friends, and have a great weekend if you're in the States. Enjoy. We'll talk to you all again really soon. Bye for now.